Yes, 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 yes. Come on, let's go. I'm here. That's why they call me the dog. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why they call me the dog. Yes, this is me. Back to our Friday debate show. Thank God it's Friday. Come on, guys, let's do this. It is what it is. Beautiful Friday here from Maryland. Maryland, Baltimore. How you guys all doing? Thank God it's Friday. I'm your host, the main man, Big Man Team. It is what it is. Come on, let's do this. Our Friday tonic is here. I'm talking about the Friday debate show with some fantastic co-hosts, beautiful people, fantastic people, my brothers from another mother. You know what I'm talking about. This is Intercontinental Sport TV. Please, you are watching this for the first time. What are you waiting for? Let's build up a community. It's all about sport on this channel. All about sport. Yes, 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 yes. Ireti is standing by. On this show, I have Cup for Life. I'm talking about Tunero. Robbie also. Kule Faiga. What is the topic for today? You all see that on the screen. Erik Ten Hag of Manchester United. New manager for Manchester United. It's going down to him right now. All topic. Tolu Lope Shoeton is also standing in by from Nigeria. You know what I'm talking about. It's all about Ten Hag. Let me tell you guys, let me introduce these people to you. Club for Life is a Liverpool fan to the call. Robbie, Manchester United. Ireti, can you imagine? Ireti is also Liverpool fan. Tolu Lope is also a Liverpool fan. Dragging me, bantering me off left, right, and center. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Let's do this. Please smash the like button of this video. That's another way to help us. Now it's about to go down now. No mess around. This is Intercontinental Sport TV, live and direct. Let me bring Robbie in first. Robbie. Hey, Robbie.
Hello from the ancient city of Ile-Ife, Osun State, Nigeria.
Hey, that's United.
So
that's United for you.
So good to be here. So good to be here.
All right. Thank you, Robbie, for joining us. I'm going to bring in Tolu Shoeton. Is also, I don't know where it is right now. I think it's in Oshodi in Nigeria or Lekki in Nigeria. I don't know. I'm going to ask. Tolu, where you calling? Hey, Liverpool.
Hello, everyone. Reporting live from Magodo, Lagos. We just had our Liverpool fan meeting for the weekend to strategize for the derby coming up. But today is about the new manager.
Robbie, are you hearing that?
Today is about Erik Ten Hag, and as we say in Yoruba, Erik Ten Hag, I will pray onite, and we pray you will not hang. Take it away.
Oh my goodness! You're welcome to this panel. Now I'm gonna bring in Kule Faiga, also standing in by. There he goes. Hey, what's going on, bro? Kulexi, are you hear what Tolu is saying?
I kuku hear I hear wetin Tolu dey talk. Make Tolu dey.
You're welcome to the show, Tolu.
Yes, boss. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here once again.
All right. Let me bring Ireti. Ireti is here. I think he's in New Jersey here in the United States. Ireti, are you there with us today?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful people.
Today is a day I can't run because I remember this time last week I told
Yes.
you to be playing our easiest fixture.
We don't hear. We don't hear. We don't hear. We don't hear. Thank you.
I told you
Thank you.
we'll be
Oh my
beating
goodness, you're welcome to the
Manchester
show,
Club.
bro.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be
You're
here.
welcome to the show,
Yeah.
bro. You're welcome to the show. Oh my goodness, the
Yeah.
last man standing. Cup for life. Cup for life. Are you there with us?
I
Good
am.
to
I,
have you.
I am. I love the vibe. I love the art.
Oh my goodness. Good to have
You
you.
guys are too much.
Well,
Greetings from New York City.
Ooh. All right.
oh, the Big Apple.
The Big
The
Apple.
Big
yeah.
Apple.
Yeah, well done.
I have 5 facts that I will talk
5
to you guys about. That would give you the reasons why Ten Hag may be
Oh,
successful or not successful. 5 facts.
5.
Today is going to be a lecture series. Oh. Let's
Don't
prepare for
worry.
lecture.
We are,
Five
like,
facts.
we are all set.
5 facts.
Lecture
for
and
lecture.
banter. Lecture and banter. Put the banter. Put the banter.
All right,
we are here for serious talk, please.
All right, now
Thank you.
let's do it this way. I'm going to start from Kunle. Kunle,
Yes, bro.
you said Ten Hag. You told me that's what you said. Ten Hag should be successful. Am I right? I mean, this is our topic for today. Will Ten Hag make any difference at Manchester United next season? Kunle, you are going to start with this. Please go for it.
I wish you didn't. I wish you didn't tell me to go first. At least maybe I would hear what everyone has to say before I, so that it can make me process my own thoughts and all. But because the truth is, I'm still actually trying to process. Because the truth is, I'm still actually trying to process
The beating from
thing.
Tuesday.
Like, okay, yes,
The hammering from
come on, who is talking about? I'm talking about the but please, what is in the past is in the past. Thank
It's
you.
in the past.
So,
We move.
Yes, the past is in the
It is not in
We
the
move.
past. It is not in the past.
Let bygones
You
be
are a
bygones.
historian. Never forget history.
I'm an historian, yeah, but yeah, the past is in the past already. So we move ahead. We look to the future, yeah. And Ten Hag apparently seems to be is the future now after he's announced.
Yeah. All right, let's do. Kunle, are you still there? All right, go ahead.
We know very well that Manchester United in the background is not.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was trying to say is that we know for well that Manchester United in the background is not run well behind the scenes. And that is where my worry comes for Ten Hag, because Ten Hag is coming from a place where things were well organized in the background. And that was why he was able to thrive. But what are going to be the assurances that things are going to be run better in the background at Manchester United to be able, because that is one of the things that has affected every manager. You see, I used to say something that I've never had it. I don't have problems with any manager that comes in, because my belief is that any manager that comes in, he has something he wants to bring in, right? And I don't believe any manager means wrong for a club. They all mean well, but they need the atmosphere and they need the environment to thrive. And when you don't give that to them, it becomes a problem. So believe me, I have no problems with people like Van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that everyone will keep criticizing. But you need to ask questions. What were the things going on behind the scenes? And clearly, we know that things were not going on well behind the scenes. And if things like that are not being cleared, I'm sorry, it's going to be difficult for Ten Hag. We can keep saying that yes, he can bring in his own staff, he can bring in his own recommendations and all of that. But if the environment behind the scenes is not there, he is going to have a difficult. This is one of the reasons why the likes of Klopp, Guardiola have been so successful at where they are, because the environment behind is enabling them. You understand? And it's just even kind of ironic because Liverpool is also run by by Americans. You understand? So when people used to say, "Oh, it's an American thing because Americans are bloody capitalists and all of that," okay, but Liverpool's owners are also capitalists like the Glazers. Why is it that things are different for them there? You understand? Because they too they own big franchises. I think they own the Boston Red Sox, if I'm correct. So I mean, so that's what I feel about Ten Hag. The atmosphere behind the scenes needs to be right. If it is not, I'm sorry, it will be it's just going to be like um, um, just going around in circles, and nothing is going to change. But that aside, I think it's a good appointment.
All
He's
right.
seen as a modern manager who has modern principles to the way the game is played. Yes, which is good. So maybe we could see something different at Old Trafford next season. But let's
Absolutely.
just hope that things behind the scenes are also changing for him to thrive.
All right. Thank you so much, Kole. Ireti, I'm coming in for you now. Do you support that notion that Ten Hag is going to be massive for Manchester United, considering the fact that you are a Liverpool bad neighbor fan?
Up Liverpool.
Never walk alone.
This guy.
Never walk alone. Thank
You will
you
never walk alone.
for life.
And Kole, you are here. You are hearing all this thing. Kole,
Come,
you are
see,
here.
boss.
Robbie, you
Let
are
me
there.
just say something. I think we need to streamline how we will shape the people we bring on. I'm hearing
No,
you.
no, Kule,
See, I don't understand. We
Kule,
can't,
Kule.
boss.
Let
You
me make
cannot
this
have it.
clear.
Like there are too
Let me
many
make this
Liverpool
clear.
fans here, and I'm
Liverpool
sorry.
is you will never walk
I
alone. But when we
yes.
met you, we gave you a tag, which is you will never walk again. You understand? Yinwa, Yinwa, Kule, Yinwa.
What a show. Ireti, let me come down to you. You have
Ah,
something to say.
man.
Please tell us.
Okay. Looking at Manchester United, and let me also buttress what Kunle has said concerning the club as a whole, the structure of the club. And I have to tell you, this is a club in disarray
Hmm.
in the sense that there are so many things going wrong behind the scenes. So we are talking about bad contract negotiations for with the likes of Lingard, Henderson, Pogba running out of contracts. Henderson, I don't know why he was brought back because you are
Mhm.
clearly not playing him. Lingard, I don't know why he wasn't sold, and he's also leaving at the end of the season. So many bad decisions. Phil Jones is on 150,000 a week. I just can't believe that.
Hmm.
So that is the first thing. Also, there are also issues with the training ground. Like they need to renovate the training ground. The roof in Old Trafford is leaking. Nítorí Ọlọ́run, roof to leak in Old Trafford. I mean, these are things you
Robbie,
shouldn't
Robbie.
hear of a big
I,
club like
I didn't hear
like
this. I
Manchester
swear, I
United.
just laugh.
So yeah, I think that's the first thing. Now going to Ten Hag himself. I mean, this man has a good reputation in Europe. With Ajax, he's won the league. He also took them to the semi-finals of the Champions League. So I think he has, from what we've seen, the way he plays, there's a certain way he wants to play, which is good for Manchester United because right now we don't see okay, what do they try to do? Are they trying to press? Are they trying to keep possession? What exactly is the play pattern? Man United don't have one right now, and I think Ten Hag has one, which is going to bring into the team, which is good. So, in terms of play structure, he's going to bring that to the team. But also, we have to look at the standard of both leagues. You can't compare Dutch league to the Premier League, and overall, we've seen Dutch managers struggle in this league, in the Premier League. So, for Man U fans, you just hope that things work out well in terms of that. He's going to break that barrier and is going to be a good coach. Then also talking about next season, I don't think there will be a lot of changes for next season because we're talking about a massive overhaul of the squad, and I don't think it's gonna happen immediately. Some players will still remain, and trying to move some players and buying new ones. So it's the same thing like what happened with Klopp when Klopp came in. But one thing Ten Hag must have at the back of his mind is, and I know for sure is, they might, let him be for next season if he doesn't make the top four. But the following season, if he doesn't make the top four, I think he will be out.
Wow.
I think he will be out. I mean, these are big clubs. They really don't. People say, "Oh, club took time." Yes, it took time to win a trophy, but club's first full season, it got us into the top 4, and we've not been out since then. So he has to do the same. Otherwise, I think he will also be out at Old Trafford. That is what I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that point. It's highly noted. I want to go to talk to Tolu Lokwe. Is right now he said he wants to drop a comment before leaving. So Tolu, are you there? If you are there, please tell us your own
I am
opinion.
right here. I am right here. Gentlemen, I present to you the fifth future of Man U after Sir Alex. They've had 5 futures. The first future brought a lot of promise. Second future, third future, fourth future. This is the fifth future they are having. I wonder how many futures Man U must have before getting it right. But then they are bringing in a tactician. Actually, I'm happy for the Premier League. Ten Hag joining the Premier League, I'm happy because it's also again it points to the quality of the Premier League, the way it attracts top quality coaches. You see, I'm looking forward to next season where you have a Guardiola, a Ten Hag, a Klopp. Look at the lineup of coaches we have. Then back to Man United. I think let's face the facts. Let's be factual. Ten Hag needs time. Ten Hag needs time. If he's to perform, it needs time. You say many people mention the magic or the wonders Klopp has performed at Liverpool, but most people forget the fact that he was given time. He was given ample time to turn around results. He came in the first season. Liverpool was 8th in the league. So Man U need to they need to really be pick which one they want. Did they want immediate success or they want someone that will be able to do something in the long term? And I think if you are looking at Ten Hag, you'll be looking at giving him a minimum of 3 years, for his project to start to show. You see, on an average, the average Man United coach now lasts only 2 years. That might not be enough in the present season. People also forget that Guardiola, when he got to England, in the first season, I think he was 4th in the league. He won nothing, absolutely nothing. But because of the structure, Man City were not even close to being bad as Man U. That was why I was able to pick up in the second season. So Ten Hag will need time. The Man U body to give him time to do the clear outs he needs, to instill his philosophy on that team. Again, I want to compare it to Liverpool. It took Klopp time. The players he had now, it took him time to gather them together. He didn't gather them in one summer. He didn't gather them in 2 summers. He had time to instill his philosophy in that. That's why if Liverpool should play any football now, if they make any substitution now, anybody that is coming in with the same philosophy. He can play according to the coach's instruction because they've been together for a while. So I think my take would be that Ten Hag will need time. He's a fantastic addition to the Man U family. But in the long run, as a rival, I still don't wish he does so well. Thank you.
Now, Robbie, can you hear that? Please, Robbie, I want to bring you in. What's your view about this? What's your thoughts? You can hear what Tolu has said. Tolu is just a batter.
Let me say, first and foremost,
he doesn't like Manchester United.
Don't mind this guy.
To Manchester United for the appointment of Ten Hag. Let me say, I would build on the points Kunle Faiga has made initially. But before I do that, I came across a statement that was dropped on Twitter today. I think it was accredited to SARS or at SARS, one reputable platform. And it was a statement that was drawn out from Ten Hag himself. And he said that before he agreed to come to United, that he made sure that he would have a say in the players that are brought into the club and how the playing aspect of the football business at United is run. That he was going to have a major say, which is part of the reasons that he needed to be agreed upon before he came to United. Now, moving forward, just like what Kunle said, Man United have been in a whole lot of mess over the years since Sir Alex Ferguson left, and also particularly since Mourinho left. And right now, it is so visible to even the blind that the United players are more or less like the modern day Yahoo boys, as we call them in Nigeria, who get paid a whole lot of money and practically really do next to nothing. So just like I think the second speaker said, how in God's name did Phil Jones get a new contract while he basically did not even play up to 10 games this season? Why is Bruno Fernandes being handed a 2-year extension when he's not even halfway into his original contract? So these and many more needs to be addressed behind the scenes. And I think Ten Hag bears this in mind, hence why he had to make sure a lot of things are practically put right or set right for him to build on the right foundations coming into United. His contract, I believe, or as stated, says that he's on a 3-year contract. So I think that is ample time for him to, one, try and shape this squad. With players you do not need, discard of them. Pogba's contract is done, let him go. And a couple of other players. I don't think Phil Jones should still be in the squad. He should still be in the squad. This is a Matic last season in the squad, so definitely it will be gone. So let's say mathematically we have about 5-6 players who would be leaving the club this season. Yes, we do not expect United to buy as much as even 10 or 11 players, but getting new faces, at least 5 or 6 of them, at least should help turn the fortunes of the club around. Given the fact that nothing is given, nothing is promised in the Premier League, it will still be difficult because the likes of Tuchel, the likes of Pep, the likes of Klopp are still very much around in the league. So this man will practically have to be on his best game every time he steps across. Every time he prepares his team for any game. Not forgetting the fact that we have a Conte that is in the league. We have other very good coaches in the league in form of David Moyes and the Brentford or this other person, the Brighton and Hove coach. And these teams are the kind of
Graham
teams that
Potter.
on a good day, Graham Potter, thank you. On a good day, if you are not careful, will hand your ass to you, because they come to the field not respecting the name, never respecting the tradition of you being a big team. So moving forward, Ten Hag has to be on his best game, has to be on his A game, has to put his best foot forward. One, in terms of signing. Two, in terms of how or who he wants to build his team around. And he has possibly the International Champions Cup during the off season to put to test or put to work his ideas as with these players. Any players who is not ready to work should be sent to the reserve or sent out on loan. It is that simple. Because at this point in time, the other clubs who have been above United or who have been in front are not letting down their guard. Let me at least make Liverpool fans feel a bit good about themselves. The type of signings that Klopp is making, they are not mediocre signings at all. Some of those players might not play. For now, Minamino is not playing much, but I will tell you on a good day, when Klopp calls on him, he will deliver. Same thing as Divock Origi. And these are players that we don't get to see week in, week out. But I tell you for one thing, when these players are called upon, they are as sharp as those who play week in, week out for Liverpool. So these are the things that Ten Hag needs to put in place. Yes, he will not get it done over one transfer window, but he has to break the ground and get things running as fast as possible. That is my take.
All right. That's Robbie. I am going to the final man, but before that, let me take this off. Come for life. He wants to teach us 5 facts. He's bringing 5 facts. Come for life. Are you there?
Yes.
We want to hear. Kule, listen carefully for the study.
I'm listening. I'm taking my jota and my pen.
Last man standing.
Yes, sir.
Well done, gentlemen.
Good to have you, bro.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brothers. Good evening. I try to break it down into facts, and this is beyond being a Liverpool fan. Let's call it as being a football fan. I don't want to talk to you from a Liverpool fan's perspective. What is your definition of success? That is the first thing I'm going to throw in, and the last question I'll ask. But before we do that, what will make Ten Hag successful? Number one, the structure in the club. I think a few people have mentioned that. What is Darren Fletcher's role? Does he need a director of football? What role is the manager going out? What role is he going to play? The Glazer brothers. I think that aspect of the club is very messy. And that will play a huge part in whether or not Ten Hag is successful. Even before he has arrived, they are making some stupid decisions. I won't go into too much detail around that. Let's just say the future of how well Ten Hag will do depends on the hierarchy at the club. That's one. Number two, coaching staff. Whenever you see Pep and Klopp and you see all these other coaches, you think that they are the ones who are the one doing the coaching on the pitch? Not all the time. So like Klopp, he has Pep Linders, who does a lot of the day-to-day coaching of all the players. One of the things that you can see that is missing in Manchester United right now is poor coaching on the pitch. They do not know how to follow each other. They do not know when to press, when to defend, when to attack. What everybody's role is in the team is not clear. That is not the job of just the manager. That is the coaching staff. Do I believe that Ten Hag has enough quality coaching staff that he can bring with him? Time will tell. 3, playing staff. The playing staff, there are too many prima donnas. I already believe a few people have mentioned the fact that the team has to go through a process. Do I think that is a quick process? I think it's a long-term thing. It's something that will take 2, 3, 4 seasons to get to yourself to a point where you are competitive. I remember Klopp said recently that it is only now that he's competing with Man City when it comes to how good Liverpool can pass the ball. It took 2 to 3 seasons for Liverpool to get to the point where they could pass the ball as good as Man City. So like I said, for me, the playing staff, don't forget, Klopp is now the longest serving manager in the Premier League.
Absolutely.
Right now. If you imagine how long it's taken him to get to that point, that's 6, almost 7 seasons. To think that you can go through that process so quickly, that's going to take a while. Then another point 4 is recruitment process. I know that Ten Hag has said he's going to be involved in the recruitment process, but what does that mean? Is it Fletcher that is signing players? Is it him? Who is the final say in the signing of players? That would determine how much he is successful. Last point. When we are thinking about Ten Hag, and I asked you at the beginning, what is your definition of success? As long as you have in your team, I'll tell you 3 teams right now that are already above him, even before we start next season. Chelsea are certainly above him. Manchester United, Manchester City are certainly above him. And Liverpool are certainly above him. So when I say what is our definition of success, we need to be careful. Because don't forget as well, you still have Spurs. You have Newcastle that are coming because of the money behind them. Of course, financial fair play will make it difficult for Newcastle to bridge that gap overnight. And you also have Arsenal and you also have Tottenham. When you put all of that into the equation, if Ten Hag finishes the season, next season, at 4th or 5th, that is success. As far as I'm concerned, for Ten Hag to break the way that Klopp and Guardiola have set up their teams right now, it would take him a minimum of 3 to 4 years to get anywhere near that. So I'm done with my point. All I just want to say is that I really wish Manchester United a lot of success. But I've heard somebody say before that they believe that Manchester United, that it's not going to take up to 30 years I took Liverpool. Reality of it is this. I'll be honest with you, it's almost 10 already. And I don't think I believe you are at least if you start the work today, you get all those 5 things I said. Well, you are at least
10 years behind.
you will still get to between 13 to 15 years before you win a league title.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I wish Manchester United all the best, because I like to see a big club get back to where they were before. But the work in front of Manchester United, I think that if Ten Hag is going to be successful, all those things will have to line up for him. As things stand, I don't believe all those 5 areas are already lined up. It's going to be a lot of work. Gentlemen, I appreciate you all.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kunle, on the final note from your own point of view, Kunle, is there anything you want to add to this debate about this Ten Hag difference,
Okay, I just want to add an extra comment. Like,
all right, go for it.
I said like I'm already been skeptical about how things are going to pan out, because the noise around Manchester United, like, that is one of the reasons why I do not like the club. Like, there is always so much noise around Manchester. Like, even when the club is winning, the noise, there's just always noise around Manchester United, and I don't like it. Look at Liverpool and Manchester City. How many times are they?
I'm missing you there. Can you hear me? Oh, I think we lost Kunle there. Robbie, on your from your own point of view, what do you think we should be expecting right now from Ten Hag? He has said a lot of things, and bringing the club together and his policy and so on and so forth. On the final note, what do you think? What's your thoughts about his expression so far?
Let me quickly do this. First and foremost, let me appreciate Cup for Life for very valid points.
Very
he has raised. Very valid points and very true.
Very valid points.
I think the only thing I will add, just like what he said, is right now Man United is so far behind that, for me personally, as a United fan, and being reasonable and being as how do I put it, as straight as I think this thing will be, I think it's going to take Man United another 7 to 10 years to match up to the standards that is before them, as touching City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. So for Ten Hag, I think from the few moves he has made, or from the few comments that has been attributed to him, he certainly looks like somebody who is coming in with an iron fist and who is not ready to take any bullshit from any player. And just like Cup of Life said, and I think the structure has to be laid out in clear terms. What are the roles of those who are going to be behind the scene? What roles will they be playing? If Fletcher is still going to be on board, what is he going to be doing? For Ralph Ragnick, what role will he be playing? Who has the final say to what players come on board? How much contracts are handed out to these players, and how much money, which is the most crucial part, are handed out to these players? Because you cannot get somebody in on a 3-year contract and you're giving the person 250 per week, 300 per week, or even 180 per week. Even Mikel Obi, yes, he was a Nigerian. For the wonderful work he did at Chelsea, never even got close to that type of amount of money. Never got close to that amount. He wasn't paid 180, neither was even paid 200. So the club really needs to understand how much money would they be giving to these players. For those who are on ground right now with very fat, lucrative contracts, how do they deal with such issues right now? So I think from what Ragnick has done so far, he has made his intentions clear to the United family as well as the players when he comes in. I think another report I read, which is my last point for now, is the fact that that he wants Van der Beek back at the club,
Yes.
and that tells you how much that man believes in that player. That is a player he has played that has played under him, a player he knows in and out, and he knows how well to get the best out of that young man. It is so sad that his time at United has been plagued with I don't know. He made the guy a shadow of himself and made him look like a mediocrity. So for Ragnick for Ten Hag to say he wants that boy back, I think he says so much about what he has on his mind for the boy and as well as United. Thank you.
All right, Robbie, thank you so much. I'll be calling on Ireti on the final note. Ireti, please, is there anything you want to add to it before we wrap up the show? Go for it, bro.
Yes. While we have all made many points, many valid points,
Yeah.
I think the first headache that is right there now for Erik Ten Hag at Manchester United is a legend called Cristiano Ronaldo. What will this
Ah,
man do with Cristiano Ronaldo?
okay.
Because clearly it doesn't fit his style of play. And of course, he's not the future, he is present right now. And we are seeing a steady decline in his performances. Even though the performances are still what we would expect of an average player, but from what we've seen from him over the years, we are not seeing enough. So, and the noises coming out of Old Trafford is that will Erik Ten Hag be able to coach Cristiano Ronaldo? Firstly, so far he has never coached a player as big as Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ever.
Secondly, Cristiano Ronaldo does not fit his style of play from what we have seen with his Ajax team. Thirdly, he is on a very high amount of wages. And lastly, will he be in a team that is not competing in the Champions League next season? Because I think Man U might actually go to the Europa Conference League.
Thank you about that one. About Soroju. Thank you about that. Wahala.
I think you guys might be in even Conference League. So, I mean, there's so many. I think that's like the first major thing that needs to be sorted out for him when he gets there. Second, the recruitment. He needs to have the final say when it comes to recruiting players. As I read this morning, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't want Van der Beek.
Yeah.
Yes, I read that this morning. Why are you bringing in players that the manager doesn't want? I mean, we were once in that position when we had Rogers and the transfer committee. But since Klopp came in, he's made sure he has signed players. Klopp has his final say on all. They can do all the scouting and whatever. Klopp has to say, okay, I want this player. Bring me this player. So they need to. I heard he'll be giving 200 million. Good. Hopefully he spends it well because over a billion has been spent already. And look at where Manchester United over £1 billion on transfers already since Ferguson left. That is a whole that is a whole lot of money. And see where the team is now, still struggling. So I think, like I said, he's a man that has this Dutch style, cryo style philosophy. And I think he will bring that to the team. And they should let him, just make his decision when it comes to transfers. These are the kind of players I want. These are the kind of players I want in the team, and so on and so forth. I think with that, he can, make the impact we expect of him to make.
Yeah.
And also, talking about giving him time. Yeah, we've all talked about it. And I also reinforce this. Manchester United is a big club. And if they are not in the Champions League next season, there will be a reduction in revenue, especially from sponsors. Already, like 3 sponsors are going to reduce the amount of money given to Manchester United for not making the top 4. If Ten Hag doesn't make it next season, we might have we might try to make a case for him and say, okay, it's his first season, he's still trying to turn things around. But by the second season, if he's not in that top 4, I'm sure he will be better. He's clearly leaving. I'm sure of that. No matter the amount, he might say, "Oh, let's give him 5 years to build, like to challenge for a title, no problem." But top 4, at least your second season, you should be making the top 4 and taking Manchester United back to those days when they competed in the Champions League with the big teams. So I wish Ten Hag all the best. I don't wish Manchester United all the best because I
Robbie!
I'm not getting joy from Man U doing well,
Hey!
that kind of thing. I'm always excited when Man U is not doing well.
Okay.
But Ten Hag, for his reputation, I wish he does well, and hopefully take Man United back. Let's say that to where you guys were, but not at the expense of Liverpool. So yes, that's what I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ireti. I just want to ask a question, last question from you, Ireti. Please, who is that person on your is it your profile picture? Who is that guy?
That's the greatest centre back of all time. In fact, you can't mention any centre back that.
Robbie, please, let me ask you, Robbie, who is that guy?
One ordinary defender like that.
This man is better than all Man United defenders combined. Combine all 4 of them.
I hear you. I hear you. He's not even anywhere near not Vidic, not anywhere near Vidic. He's not even anywhere near this our Fagbo Ferdinand. I beg. Even Japstam. Even Japstam.
This is a defender that can do everything you want from a player. Not yes, no. Complete defender.
No. I think you're actually getting it wrong. I think you're comparing Van Dijk to our Oga Patapata, Boda Maguire.
Yes, no.
Please.
Maguire.
Please. No. Don't compare
I'm
to
better
Maguire.
than Maguire. I'm the new. Maguire cannot stay where he can't. I'm better than him.
All right, let me change the topic. Before you take this, you know what? Thank you so much, all you guys. The last person is I'm going to come back to Cup for Life to give us his final thought, and before we sign out, it's been a fantastic show so far, so good. Cup for Life. Do you have anything to tell us? Your final thought before we wrap up the show. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Sorry, Mr. Robbie said something earlier that I don't know where he got that from, but I will tell you that Virgil van Dijk is the best defender that came out of the Netherlands since Danny Blind. Write that down on paper. Fact. Anyhow, moving on from that.
Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans.
But
Onigberaga FC.
To go back to the original last point, I wish Erik Ten Hag the best of luck. I will be honest with you. As long as you have Antonio Conte, Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, he will never win the league.
Almost Tuchel.
Forgetting even Tuchel, because I think Tuchel may not even last next season with the new owners. It all depends on what happens. But as long as you have those 3 at the Premier League, one of them may fail, but all 3 of them will not fail at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
That's the problem.
Wow. Voila. Hey.
So Klopp can fail. Guardiola will probably not fail if Klopp fails, because it's probably be Guardiola that made Klopp fail. But to find that you are good enough as a coach today to come into the Premier League and get ahead of Klopp and Guardiola, I want to know whether or not you have 4 heads. It's not possible.
Kai.
It's not possible. I'm not being horrible, though. I'm just being honest. The work those guys have put in, I cannot see it. It's too the gap is too far. Not in the next 3 years.
Wow.
Not in the next 3 years.
Wow, that's a serious opinion there. Thank you so much, Cup for Life. It's good to have you always on this show. Ireti, you are fantastic. Robbie, thank you so much. We're going to wrap up this show for today. Tomorrow, it's going to be another. I don't know whether it's another beating, but I'm sure Ansa cannot beat us. I'm sure of that one. Abi Robbie.
No.
No,
You should be able to beat us now.
Arsenal.
Well, I think United. I think United will win tomorrow. I think United will win tomorrow's game.
Tomorrow's game will be a draw. Write it down.
Yeah.
I need Conference League, Len Lo say. Europa Conference League.
So
You'll be playing against Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt in Conference League.
and Sheriff.
And Sheriff.
It will be against Victoria Gimares.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow, what a fantastic show today. Thank you guys so much. Time next week. I'm going to sign you out. Thank you so much. We'll see behind the scene. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a nice one, bro. Yeah. Robbie, fantastic. Good to have you. Always. One love, bro. All right. Come for life. One love, bro. Anytime, any day. Thank you so much for joining us on this show. All right. See you. All right, everybody. It is what it is. Our topic. Winston, Erik Ten Hag. Any different at Manchester United? What a lovely show today. Big up to everybody. Robbie, Cup for life. Ireti, Kunle Fayiga also joining us. Also Tolu Lokwe joining us. It's been a fantastic show. We can go on and on and on and on. But thank God it's Friday anyways. Tomorrow is going to be another massive match. We're going to have a watch along on this channel between the match between Arsenal at Emirates Stadium, whereby Manchester United will be visiting Emirates. It's going to be massive. It's going to be a fantastic match. If Manchester United should not win tomorrow, forget about it. We should forget about top 4. This is the time to make it count, Manchester United. Don't fall my hand tomorrow. It is what it is. We'll be here tomorrow, as I've said, God's willing. Please, if you are watching this for the first time, anywhere you are, please subscribe to the channel. It's Intercontinental Sport TV. Another tomorrow again. A show called NFL Talk with the big guy also. We'll be here tomorrow. It is what it is. I'm going to sign out right now. Thank you, everyone.